You have lived roughly 11,000 days if you are 30 years old. Every single one of those early days is a ghost. Somewhere in your history, there is a 3-year gap where you definitely existed. You ate, you laughed, and you took your first steps. But every single second of it has been systematically wiped from your hard drive. We call this infantile amnesia. For over a century, we assumed your baby brain just wasn't ready to record. But recent neuroscience suggests something far more aggressive was happening. Your brain wasn't failing to save those memories. It was actively destroying them to make room for the person you are today. The idea that infants can't remember is a total myth. Psychologists at Rutgers University tied a ribbon from a baby's ankle to a mobile. The babies quickly learned that kicking made the mobile move. When brought back days later, even 2-month-old infants started kicking immediately. The recording light was on and the hardware was working. So why, by the time you reach adulthood, is every trace of those early years gone? The first part of the mystery is structural. Deep in your brain lies the hippocampus, the engine of memory formation. It allows you to encode lived experiences as episodes you can replay later. In an adult, the hippocampus works with the prefrontal cortex. But in an infant, this system is a massive construction site. Key regions aren't fully wired until you are between 2 and 4 years old. The dentate gyrus acts as a gateway for memories. Your infant brain could create short-term files, but it lacked the long-term storage units to keep those memories from being deleted. Neuroscientists discovered a second, much darker layer to this story. The very process that builds your brain destroys your past. Your hippocampus is producing new neurons at an explosive rate. This process is called neurogenesis. These new cells are essential because they wire the circuits you'll use for the rest of your life. Every new neuron disrupts the connections that were already there. Your brain was constantly building new rooms, but it had to tear down the old walls to do it. When researchers increased this cell growth in mice, they started forgetting. When they slowed it down in infants, the memories lasted longer. Your baby brain wasn't too weak to hold memories. It was simply too busy growing. To have an autobiographical memory, you first need a sense of self. You have to understand that you exist as a person separate from the world. Most infants don't recognize themselves until about 18 to 24 months old. Before that, they treat the reflection like another child. The birth of the self tracks almost perfectly with the earliest age our memories begin to stick. There was no you there yet to record the story. The final piece of the puzzle is language. Language doesn't just describe our memories, it structures them. Before you could speak, your life was a series of raw sensory impressions. Without words to organize them, those impressions were like water with no container. Once children start having conversations with adults about the past, their ability to form lasting memories skyrockets. This is why culture changes your memory. In Western cultures, parents narrate their children's lives. Memories often begin around age 3.5. Among the Maori of New Zealand, memories can reach back to age 2.5. This amnesia highlights a fundamental evolutionary mismatch. We are born more helpless than any other animal. A horse walks within an hour of birth. A human baby can't even hold up its own head for months. Our brains grew so big that they had to finish developing outside the womb. Your first 3 years are a chaotic, disposable prototype phase. Your brain had to dismantle the infant version of you to build the adult version capable of complex thought and discipline. Your brain is a living system that prioritizes growth over preservation. The black hole of your infancy wasn't a failure, it was a transformation. And that transformation is still happening right now. Every day, your habits are either strengthening your focus or weakening your mind through the same neural plasticity. You can't control the first wave of an emotion. Science says the chemicals only last 90 seconds. But you can control the story you tell afterward. You are the narrator of your life now. Your past is a mystery, but your current brain is a masterpiece of engineering. It survived a total structural overhaul just so you could be here today. If you want to master the focus and discipline your infancy worked so hard to build, hit the subscribe button and join our community. We explore the science of how your daily patterns define your future. Thanks for watching, and remember, you aren't just remembering your life, you are actively designing it.